to get it right. Trying to find some balance in my life, but I never really put up a fight. Didn't follow my dreams, and now I'm losing sleep. What if I lost touch? What if I'll never get it right? I try to follow my heart, but I lost it somehow. Wish that someone could say it'll all be okay. Just listen to me as I say. Slow it down, dreams still yours if you want it. Enjoy the ride, 'cause those ups and those downs is what makes it worth the while. You will make it in time. I never left a stone unturned, trying to find some love in this crazy world. I felt like I was never heard. All I wanted was to be loved. What if I lost touch? What if I'll never get it right? I try to follow my heart,
It's not good.
but I lost it somehow. Wish that someone could say it'll all be okay. Just listen to me as I say. You will find a way. Slow it down, dreams still yours if you want it. Enjoy the ride, 'cause those ups and those downs is what makes it worth the while.
Welcome to Free Live Tarot Readings. I'm Tarot Oracle, and I do the readings. Where's my button?
It's 6:30. Time for the Tarot Oracle Show.
It is time for the Tarot Oracle Show indeed. By the way, I started a new painting. Welcome Phoenix Rising. Welcome Edgar. Hello KSW. How are you doing? Tarot and Such. Shannon, Diane. What is going on, everybody? I'm anxious to show you my new painting. So there are my pastels. So we're working with pastels, as you can see. We're working with pastels. And there is the painting that I'm working on. So it is doggies today. It is doggies. So if you like doggies, then that is a doggy indeed. So there you go. That's what I'm working on. Tasha, what is going on? How are you doing tonight? We got 10 people in chat already. That's good. How's everybody doing? Where things are headed between Kay and I. Phoenix Rising wants to know. Edgar, regards for Columbia. Well, regards back from Texas. From Texas in the U.S. The great state, the large state of Texas. Home of the Dallas Cowboys, the worst football team ever. I mean, I guess ever. Oh, no, not really. Not really worst team ever, but they're working on it. They are working on it. They're trying desperately to be the worst team if they can possibly be. Nikona, what is going on? All right. Let's see. So we had something rising. I'd like to know something about K and I. There we go. Cool. Oh, man. Let's find out what is going on by using the Tarot Tower. I got to turn the camera around and point it at the tarot cards this time instead of pointing it at my stuff. So we're going to have to readjust. But dynamically, you got to figure out how to do that. So there you go. Tarot Tower is there, and we need to back up. And right there, I think that works. So let's go for that question with this one, which is the Light Seers Tarot, by the way. Midnight Meditations, what is going on? They're not the lions or browns. Well, you know, that is true. That is true indeed. Nikki, how are you doing tonight? Good to see you on the stream. What is going on, everybody? How is it going this evening? It is hump day. It is hump day indeed. Tomorrow, I get my prototype book. So we're actually going to look at the book tomorrow. We're going to break it out on stream and take a look at it, make a special video of it, and see what is going to happen, if it's good or not. Because if it's good, then I'm going to turn around and order 300 copies. If it's bad, then that's a problem, because that's more delays. Barnman, what's going on? Okay. K and I, where things are headed. 9 of swords, 10 of swords combo. Not the best. 10 of pentacles, 2 of wands. It almost seems like that there's a separation and then you come back. We have that sort of feel there, right? There's some separation and come back. I guess another thing to sort of look at, Star Bright, thank you for your donation. I appreciate that. Another thing to look at is there's a strong possibility that somebody has another relationship or somebody has an ex that they still are not over. Basically something that needs to get cut out of the relationship before you can kind of move on with it, right? The 9 of swords says you could have a disruption within the relationship as well, and you need a cutting action or you need a termination of something caused by the 10 of swords in order to move past that and move on to the next big thing, right? Nakona, thank you for your donation. Philippe, what is going on? But yeah, that 9 of 10 of swords. Concern, something's getting in the way, something's not optimal, we're not at our best place. 10 of swords, maybe I can release something, maybe I can move past something in order to get back to where I need to be. And the 2 of wands being domain is so critical, right? It is so critical that we have that moment where all of a sudden we know that we're in command, we know that we're in control, and we have a better perspective on how to move forward. And the 10 of pentacles, right? It says that Kay and yourself are going to have a good relationship. We have a lot of good things coming. 10 of pentacles is like the perfect ending of a relationship. And this is a nice read. That is overall a very nice read. Star Bright says, your prediction came true. I had a big moment yesterday. You said about a month ago in a stream, I would have a big moment. Oh my, I was right? Well, that's cool. Finally got the drum kit. Well, that's awesome. That is awesome. Hopefully the neighbors are happy about your drum kit. Hopefully the neighbors are not upset with that. So, I mean, that's nice. That is nice. All right, general May monthly forecast. Star Bright, we can do that for you. No problem at all. All right, let's get Star Bright. Okay. Prediction came true. I had a big moment yesterday. That's awesome. Let's see. Wait years for that. Okay, question. General month of May forecast. Let's find out. Flame dynamic here. Twin flame dynamic. What? Oh, a Phoenix rising. What is going on? All right, back to the tarot tower. We've had enough of the dogs. We've had enough of the dogs. I showed off my painting. By the way, tomorrow I'm hoping to finish it. And if I finish it on tomorrow's stream, we may have a book and dogs. We may have a book and a dog painting to show off. Coyote Budman, what is going on? Coyote Budman saw the dogs. They liked it on Instagram. By the way, if you're not on my Instagram, I mean, come on, get on my Instagram. It's right here. It's right there. Follow me on Instagram. I mean, I'm always on Instagram, especially if I'm making a tarot deck, I'm doing a book. It doesn't matter what I'm doing. I'm all over Instagram with that. So we got quite a few posts from me. You go through the history and there's like a ton. I have at least 100 posts from, I would say, the last 5 months. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff. When you're making a tarot deck, it's always interesting, right? Because you have a combo of like what you're working on and then what you just concluded. Paula, what is going on? Good to see you. All right. General month of May. Well, May is almost over. I mean, it's about halfway over, sorta. I say almost over. That's a bit harsh. Sorry about that. It's beginning, but it's in line, right? We're going full steam. Shannon, thank you for your donation. Julie, thank you for your donation as well. Death says May into June is going to be interesting. Interesting, at least. It's going to be a little bit of a reality check, that is for sure. There's a lot of moving parts that sort of culminate together to form sort of a mess at the end of May. As you're moving into June, as you're trying to get into that next phase, it just feels like, yeah, there's a lot of challenges sort of on the way. And I don't think like bad things. I think it's everything sort of culminates together just to make a mess, right? So like, let's say you have a water leak from the refrigerator and then all of a sudden a family member injures themselves or something like that. You know what I'm saying? It's like one of those weird things. Like to either one by themselves is not a big deal, but all of a sudden you just have this mess. So Death says you have a mess moving into June. 8 of Wheels says you have to work through it. Definitely something you have to pick up the pace. You're going to have to grab something, move it, migrate from here over to there. And then all of a sudden, And then all of a sudden, it's just, you just got to get control over it. So 8 of Wheels working at it. Knight of Wheels says you do get control of it. Now, out of this mess comes something interesting. I think that there is, because death does say you're moving into software 2.0, or you're moving into something different, something that's going to be kind of interesting as you sort of move into that, right? But one of the big things here is just sort of how to react, how to handle that as we move into June. Because I think around June 11th, June 12th, everything is going to kind of come to a close. You're going to be able to get a firm handle on everything. But the 7 of Wheels says from that, you have other opportunities. You have other things that are kind of moving and circulating that you need to sort of get into. And I think some of the opportunities are going to be quite interesting at the end of that. So there you go. A little bit of challenging end of May, moving into June. And then around mid-June, June 11th, whatnot, it feels like that, yeah, we have some new things. We have some new opportunities. We have something that sort of came out of all this. It was messy, but that is okay. That's okay, right? Because Nakona's here. Reading on a job offer from Bro. The job offer from Bro. Let's find out. Let us find out how that is going to go. It's been a while since we have used this one. We have used this, one of my favorites. It is the Modern Witch Tarot. And I got to say, I avoided this for a little bit. Yeah, I did. But now, now that I have it, I'm very glad that I bought it. I think this is one of the really cool decks. It's so interesting that we have at least 4 or 5 decks coming out like this, right? Because we have the White Newman, we have the Witch Tarot. They have this exact same book, exact same box and layout and everything. And we have like 4 more of these coming this year. It's kind of interesting. They've sort of really gone hog wild on that design. I'm not saying it's bad. I love the card quality is just amazing with these, and nice laminated. I like the clear pictures. I love everything about it. But it's just interesting how they sort of just completely adopted that style, right? Spiritual Essence and Sheila. What is going on? Welcome to the stream. Okay. They gave you a job offer. Basically, I wouldn't take it. Obviously, entertainment purposes only here, but I would not take this. 8 of Wands reversed, not good to move on it. It's there. We see it there. The star says it is a guiding light. It is pulling us. It is sort of transfixing us in its direction. We're thinking, hey, that's not too bad. That is not bad at all. Star Bright, thank you for your other donation. But I'm just saying the 5 of Swords is Lord of Defeat. It's like, don't move on it. 8 of Wands reversed, right? Don't wait. Stay away. 5 of Swords, we could be looking at the Lord of Defeat. We could be looking at some different challenge or something that's a little bit unusual or something we really don't want to deal with as we get into that. And again, it's a dangling carrot in front of us. Let's reach out. Let's get it. I don't think it's going to be that bad, but the reality is 7 of Cups, right? There's a lot more to choose from. This is not your only job that you have to choose from, right? Mina, I think, what is going on? Welcome to the stream. Andrew, welcome. Tammy, welcome. Linda, welcome. We got all the regulars here now. I mean, we can start the stream. We got all the regulars. Let's start the stream.
It's 6:30. Time for the Tarot Oracle Show.
There we go. Okay. Anyway, the 7 of Cups reversed. You have more choices. This is not something limited. You're not just going to dead end with this particular job. This is the only job you're ever going to be able to get. I say pass on it. That's a lot of indicators that say, yeah, well, let's take a pass on this particular one. Maybe this is not the best idea for us in the particular right now, right? Not saying it may not be bad for us at some future date, but that looks pretty challenging as is, I got to say now. All right. How will my daughter's first date with D go on Saturday? Okay. Well, everybody loves a D.
Everybody loves the D.
Jazz Winder, thank you for your donation. I appreciate that. All right. We got a date with D. Let's see how the D is going to handle. By the way, if you just joined, I'm working on a dog painting. I'm working on a dog. I'll show it one more time. Well, I'm working on a dog painting. Let's put the camera over here again. Now let's grab the thing and bring it over. Let's just grab it and bring it over. All right, working on a dog painting. Here's where I'm at. So there's one dog and there's another dog. Now the dog is missing a face. I am working on it, but it is a work in progress. So we got the grass in the background. We got a little concrete action here. So, you know, we're trying to get it done. Hopefully I'll be done by tomorrow would be great. And we'll see how it looks after all of that. All right, back to our regularly scheduled programming. Bountiful Sea Turtle, what is going on? Good to see you. Okay, let's see. Daughter's first date with D. Let's find out. How is that going to hold? How is that going to hold? Hopefully it goes well, but let's see. Let's find out. All right, use the Shadowscapes Tarot. It's so beautiful. I have this one. Shadowscapes Tarot is nice. It is nice indeed. So, yeah. Okay, well, it's not the last date, I can tell you that. I think it's going to be more dates. Now, does it dead end? Is it something where you're like, maybe this is not for me? We're sort of sneaking into that direction, that's for sure. Nine of Cups does say there are a lot of fish out in the sea. We have a lot of opportunities with other people. We have a lot of people that are sort of, you know, like start talking to us and being like, hey, what's up? You know, all that stuff. Is this somebody that just want to dedicate this particular person to? One of the big issues is we have some things in common, but there's not a lot. It feels like that we're sort of dead ending a lot of times in the conversation. The conversation just doesn't flow naturally. We don't have like a good connection sometimes. I think there are some good connection pieces, but an overall just good connection just doesn't seem to happen. And overall, it just looks like it falls apart. Not something that is reliable, stable, not something that has a foundation that can be built and whatnot. Two of Pentacles, at some point, you got to make a choice. Because I think both people are kind of on the lonely side. Right? I mean, it's nice to have somebody there, have somebody to go out with, have somebody hang out with and whatnot. Is this particular person going to be the one? It's really convenient. It feels like it's so convenient. Why give it a try? But again, the Tower and the Two of Pentacles. After the Tower crumbles, after things just don't go as well as we would hoped, they're okay. It's lackluster. It's like skim milk. Have you ever had skim milk? Like you have skim milk and you're like, this is the most disappointing thing I've ever drank in my life. And you're like, but it's milk. I mean, I can work with it. It's milk. But if you get whole milk, you're like, wow, this is a lot better. This is significantly better. So I think that's where you're at. I think that D is going to be the skim milk of dates. It's basically it. Convenient. It's there. Why not? Would I rather have whole milk? I mean, come on. Yeah, pretty much. Definitely, one of those things. Anyway, Shannon wants a general for the month of May. Let's find out about that and see how that is going to go. Sonia B., welcome to the stream. What is going on? Good to see you. All right, we got the Tarot Tower. Yeah, we got the Tarot Tower inside here. That's what we needed. Let's go with some Greg. Go with a little Greg action over here. The Gregory Scott Tarot is powdered milk. Okay, so it's like the powdered milk of dates. Powdered milk and skim milk, they do taste kind of the same, I have to say. But yeah, Bountiful Sea Turtle, welcome to the stream, and thank you for your donation. DC, what's going on? What is going on? Yeah, powdered milk, skim milk. It's like one of the foods that you add water. One of the emergency ration foods where you have to add water to it. Now it's a food. That's no food. That's nasty. And then you're like, okay, do you want to go out for a steak tonight? A steak, a baked potato, a salad, or do you want to have this food that's a powder? We're going to add water to it. I mean, which would you prefer? Yeah. The tower always hurts. The tower is always disappointing, for sure. Okay. General for the month of May. Three of Pentacles. Month of May sort of drags along until about mid. I think you got like Saturday, Sunday, where it's not really dragging as much. It feels like it's just extended, like time stands still. The Three of Pentacles. The good thing is the month of May allows your creativity to flow a little bit better than you're going to have in June or July. That is for sure. And March feels like just a complete train wreck in a lot of ways. Three of Pentacles says your creativity is going to allow to flourish a bit more. You're going to have better communication with people. You're going to have a lot of better things sort of happen, I would say, at the end of May and whatnot. Nine of Wands. The thing that you are recovering from is not really recoverable in a lot of ways. You can get pieces of it and pick it up and run with it, but fully recovering just doesn't feel like that. And run with it is what you do. The Nine of Wands, the injured warrior, into the Hierophant. Almost feels like that you encounter, I would say June, you encounter somebody serious, like get a traffic ticket, or you need to go to court, or you need to go to some institution. It could be like a school or a court or something like that, right? The Hierophant with that. It seems the injured warrior is leaping and going into the next thing. The injured warrior has been there before. It needs to go there again. And you have this combination of the Hierophant just needs to be cleaned up. We need some things sort of fixed, basically with that, right? Queen of Cups being the mermaid is also sort of interesting as well. It just feels like that, there's love on the horizon, but we just can't find it. We just can't see it. We know it's there. We know it's available soon or moderately soon. It's just difficult to reach. And love just seems not to work a lot of times, especially in May. June, a little bit better, but until you get, I would say like late July, mid-July, late to July, love just seems to not work. It seems to not function. It's like the wind-up toy that just broke, and the little key just whines and whines, and nothing happens. So if it just feels like that, sometimes that just happens. But yeah, well, there's your general. Your general for May. Overall, I would not play the lottery in May either. I would avoid the lottery. You're wasting your money. Entertainment purposes only, obviously, but I'm just saying, if I were you, I would not play any scratch-off tickets or any big ticket things. What the hell happened? I had a dream last night. Okay. I had a dream last night. I was wandering around, and there was some dude that kept telling me to play the Texas lottery. So like over and over, he was like advertising the Texas lottery on some radio show, and I was sitting behind him, kind of watching him. And I think I need to play the Texas lottery. That's my goal tomorrow, is to get the Texas lottery. Boo-boo, welcome to the stream. What is going on? Good to see you. And of course, I'm going to get my lottery numbers from the Thoth, because the Thoth, my theory is that the Thoth is so accurate and so amazing that I personally have confidence that I may win at least a couple of bucks, at least $2. I'm confident I can pull $2 out of this deck. If not more. Star Bright, you are next. You are next, Star Bright. I promise you, I did not forget you. You are next. And we're going to use the Thoth for Jazz Winder, because Jazz Winder has it going on. Jazz Winder wants this information. We have somebody that needs to contact us, and we got to find it. We got to find it. Find out what is going to happen. Star, I know you have a second donation. You're next, my friend. Okay. All right. They're going to contact you or not? Oh, man. They don't want to. There's something in the way. As far as soon, I would say no. As far as eventually, I would say yes. There's something in the way. Something blocking them, something that puts them almost in a bad mood sometimes when they think of you. They're sort of trying to get into that mode where they can contact you. I think it's definitely on the horizon, but you ask soon, I think no. I would say thumbs down for soon. Biggest problem is they're trying to rebuild some things from scratch. They're trying to start over in a variety of ways where they need to. But the problem is there's too many things to manage, too many things to juggle, too many things that are sort of getting in the way with this particular person. Overall, I think they do recover, and they do end up getting some money, basically, from, sort of the getting some money, getting some wealth, getting some stability. A lot of the stability for them is emotional. This is an emotional person. A lot of the stability from them is sort of getting into that mode where I have some good emotions. I understand that the emotions are going to be there and I have control of them, and it's not as unpredictable. It's not as sort of in the air, because they don't like unpredictability at all. And they are not very confident in unpredictability at all. So you have to kind of put up with them in a lot of ways with that. Again, not soon, but eventually, yes. You need to let them go through these processes, go through these motions. And there's almost also somebody else that's in the way that's causing a problem. But basically, that's what I get from all of that. Anyway, let me know some feedback on that, Jazz Wine, if you're still here. You didn't have to wait very long. The queue wasn't that bad. All right. Starlight, Star Bright, first star I see tonight is back. Is back indeed. They want another question, and they want to know, but A and I for the rest of May, white fly is what you get. White fly is what you get. It no longer smells horrible. So that's the best thing. That's the best thing ever, is when it smells nice. Smells, it doesn't smell great. But yeah, it smells decent now. It's not like revolting and chemical like it was when I first received it. So, had to air it out a little bit. Now it is not too bad at all. Okay. A and I, rest of May, what is going to happen? White fly, you got it. Let's do it. Oh, man. Hopefully this goes well. Chariot, where the hell are y'all going? 4 of Pentacles, 5 of Swords, 9 of Swords, a lot of swords. I mean, there's going to be some miscommunication. There's going to be some back and forth. I don't think things are going to flow well with the communication. Definitely not going to sort of flow well with that. Anita, one of those. Thank you for your donation. Let me know what your question is. I appreciate you. Things just aren't flowing the way that they need to flow with this particular communication. You need more beef within here. You need more things that are moving. You need more things that are getting action. A lot of things have just stalled out, have staled out. It just doesn't seem like it works. The Chariot, you're being dragged, right? This is a very active card. The Chariot is a lot of movement with that. And the 4 of Pentacles as well. A lot of people are just sort of within themselves. There's some ego involved here. Not a shortage of ego here. Definitely some ego that is getting in the way with what normally should be pretty simple processes. And you see that with a 5. It just feels like that if somebody would just release the ego, if somebody would just let things flow as they may without sort of backing it up like a toilet, the 5 of Swords wouldn't be in the way in the first place, because there is that sort of that presumption that things will be okay, but in reality, sometimes they're not okay. There is that presumption that we don't need to take a lot of action. We can just sort of sit here and wing it, and I don't think that really works for you either. 9 of Swords is overall, you just have to release, and in order to do that, it's going to take some effort. It's going to take some communication. We got 2 swords at the end. We're talking about learning. We're talking about communication. And the communication just can't happen. The communication is stalled out. I don't think that's going to work for anybody at all. So Star Bright, you need to focus on that, right? The rest of May, focus on those things. And I think that you will get a little bit better in the A and yourself category. A beautiful Sita, what I need to know today for my greater good. My greater good. Hopefully it's not greater bad. My greater good. See, Christina's not here, but I think she watches the videos. I don't know if she watches. Actually, I don't know if she watches the videos or not. I doubt she watches the videos. She's got like 1 minute of spare time. Okay. But so we're going to use Christina's deck that she loaned us. By the way, I did order this deck of cards, the jumbo size, because size does matter. It doesn't, I'm just telling you, size does matter. And I need the big one. I like big ones. That's just my personality. Ace of Cups, okay, that's bad, and that's bad. Oh, for your greater good, though. The Knight of Wands is interesting. It's got a Robin Hood feel to it. Got a little archery feel to it. Christina actually does watch the stream. Christina, welcome. What's going on? Christina, I'm using your deck. I'm using your small, tiny little deck, and I got to have the big one. I need the jumbo size. Okay. Greater good, we have the Archer. The Archer is penetrating a reversed Ace of Cups. Man, and spilling it all over the place. Releasing emotions is what you need to do. The arrow is hitting the cup is spilling things out. We are making way. We are making way for some freedom. We're making way for releasing emotions in this particular case. And I think that's what you need to do. You want to know what is need to know today for your greater good. Holding on to emotions is not working for you at all. Not even a little bit. Not even a small margin is not doing good. I think some of those emotions are backing you up. I think some of those emotions are causing you grief. I think there's some things that just need to be let go and need to be let free. You can do this quite easily with visualization. You visualize, a grounding, you visualize sort of being out of your body and just freeing and releasing all of these emotions. It just feels so good, right? Feels like a weight is lifted off your shoulders because you're looking at the high priestess. There's some things that you're holding in that aren't good for you. There's some things that you're holding in that are a little bit of a secret, a little bit of a secret as it goes. And again, it just feels like that these things don't need to be there. Anyway, so there you go. There is your, what you need to know. Man, that King of Swords, though, is interesting. King of Swords, maybe you're holding on it because you need it for your power. Maybe you're holding on it because you think it gives you control. I don't think so. I think a lot of these things, I think control is relative. What control do you have? I think control is illusionary for some things that are within these situations as well. So, just sort of make sure that everything is to your greater good, or make sure that you're moving in that direction to get rid of all of the baggage, because ultimately holding on to it ain't doing you any good. Ultraviolet, what is going on? All right, Anita, either one. Let's see, did Aneta or Anita, did they ever join? Do we have Aneta in chat? Let me look. Do we have Anita in chat? I'm looking to see if somebody says, Anita, I do not see you. I do not see you at all. If you need a reading, Anita, let me know. If you don't, you just wanted to donate, let me know that too. I appreciate it either way. Star Bright, another donation. Boo Boo, thank you for your donation. Host King Edgar. Edgar, let me know what your question is. Let me know what your question is. In the meantime, we are going to move on to Adriana. How does a Virgo please feel about me? Ooh, them Virgos. You never know. You never know how the Virgos feel about you. Love Apples is here. What is going on, Love Apples? All right, the Virgo, we need the This Might Hurt Tarot for that Virgo, because this might hurt indeed. Might hurt indeed. By the way, the book prototype comes tomorrow. It comes tomorrow. I'm stalking the FedEx delivery man, and I am going to drag that thing in and rip it open in 1 second. And we are going to go through it tomorrow on the stream. And I'm going to have a dedicated video to where I'll look at it. And if it looks good, tomorrow's the day that I order the real books. But if it looks bad, y'all going to have to wait. because I don't want to give you something that looks bad, that looks terrible. Anyway, yeah, Edgar, post your question. Okay, unless Edgar already left. Edgar was pretty upset. Edgar was like, I want my question. Okay, Adriana, the Virgo, Page of Cups, King of Cups, Empress, it's nice. It's a nice combination. It is not bad at all. That's great. It's almost like that they focused on you for a little bit, but then they sort of went on about their life. You know, they went on about their life. They got the King of Cups. They went on, maybe I shouldn't focus on this. Maybe I shouldn't focus on this person. Maybe I'm just kind of, maybe I'll just do my next thing. The Empress says, what does Adriana bring to my life? What does Adriana bring into the situation that I can't get by myself or that I can't get from somebody else? And that's sort of where they're at. Because if Adriana brings something special, if Adriana has something interesting and awesome and cool and all of that, I'm fully willing to give Adriana a shot. The Empress, it's all about sort of this comfort. It's all about sort of, being in the emotion, being in the moment. And the Virgo is very much in the moment. They're not like a traditional Virgo in a lot of different ways. They're not like too focused on their health. They're not like OCD. They do have a little bit of this, but they're not like big time, right? They're sort of looking for just the 1 minute to the next. What brings me emotional happiness? What brings me in the state that I need to sort of be in, right? The Seven of Wands is if you don't do that for them, if you don't bring anything to the table that they think is worthwhile, then they're not really going to deal with you very well. But overall, they like you. They like you. They think that you have some potential. You have the Page into the King. Again, that graduation of emotions. And I think that they view you as somebody who could bring good things in. Definitely could bring it in, right? So there we go. There we go. I like it. I like it. Let's see if I have hope to know my love. All right, Edgar, you are in the queue, my friend. In fact, you're right now. In fact, you are right now, Edgar. Edgar, you want to have some love. I got that. I'm single while I find a partner, please. I'm single while I find a partner. I'm single while I find a partner, please. If anyone feels as lonely as I do, I want to find a nice couple. Edgar, you're having a rough night. Edgar, you're having a rough night. Okay, well, that's fine. Let's see if you can find you some love. Let's get it done. Let's go to the Tarot Tower and find out what kind of good things that we can bring to Edgar's life. And we don't want the Thoth for this because, the Thoth will give you a brutal truth. Let's get you something better. Let's get you something better tonight because, Edgar, it is your night. It is your night. Look. So we got love. We got hearts. We got all this stuff. I'm single. Am I going to find somebody? Edgar's lonely. If you're in the chat and you want to date Edgar, let Edgar know. I'm just saying. Edgar sounds available. Okay. Let's see. Will I find a partner? I'm lonely. I'm single. Want to find somebody to go and hang out with. Anita, what is going on? Thank you for your donation over PayPal, and we will get you next. Okay. Wow. By the way, this Waterfall Tarot, 2 cards out of the Waterfall Tarot will be appearing in a new deck. In a new deck of cards, and we will do that on our Kickstarter review, our Kickstarter critiques coming up. Tarot Apprentice, what is going on? Good to see you. All right, say, Edgar, find you some love. 3 of Swords. Okay, your biggest problem is you don't want to be broken up with. Your biggest problem is that you had a great relationship. I think you had something decent, something that was nice, and then all of a sudden it went to shit. It just went downhill. It's almost like that you have so many potential relationships that seem to do that. It's challenging for you to sort of get into that mode where I'm ready for a relationship. Part of that, Edgar, is you don't have many choices. I think you live where the choices are rather slim. It's rather slim, right? The Devil as well. Some of your choices have been pretty bad, pretty challenging as far as that goes. Good news is we have Judgment. Judgment says that your choices are going to get better. Judgment says that we have new opportunities. We have some great things We have some great potential. We have a couple of people that, that could have the potential with that. But Edgar, I think a lot of times you're your worst enemy. The devil, Edgar, the devil. You may be your worst enemy sometimes. You may have something that you bring in that scares people off. You may have something that you're excited about that other people aren't excited about. You may have some things that just aren't matched to some particular people. I think the problem you're having is you don't have many choices. And your limited choices are mainly being cause of the problem. If you had a lot more choices, if you had a lot more people, if you have a lot more people to choose from, I think you'd have a lot better sort of chance, a lot better sort of options, because I think the people you're running into are kind of dead ends for a lot of reasons. But judgment says you are going to run into more. You do have that reincarnation, that rebirth. I think that you have more abilities coming, you have more people coming, and a lot of fun things, a lot of cool things around the corner. So, it's just a matter of keeping at it. Keep at it, Edgar. You got to get out and meet people and talk to people and make some friends. And all of a sudden, one friend gives you a lead to another friend. And then all of a sudden, you're dating somebody nice. So, yeah, it's all about sort of getting out and meeting people and expanding, if you can, expanding sort of the stuff that you have, the stuff that you have going. Anyway, I have a chance to swap houses. Should I move to a bigger house, or should I stay in the house and rebuild? What's better finally and in general? That sounds like a throwdown.
Time for a tarot throwdown.
Let's throw it down. Let's do a housing throwdown. I think that works. Housing throwdown works quite well. And this is one of those times when getting a house is kind of hard. So if you can find a house, that's not too bad. All right, a throwdown is a brutal battle between two choices. We need a tarot to fix it. We need a tarot to show us the way. This is moving to a bigger house, and this down here is staying and rebuilding. Staying and rebuilding looks like a pain in the ass. I think that you're going to have a lot of problems. I think that the lumber shortage is going to get you down. I think that we have a lot of Lord of Defeat. We have things dried up. It's almost like that the things that we need to rebuild, the things that we need to do that. Amanda, thank you for your donation. I appreciate that. Just don't seem to work. Just don't seem to move. Just seem to get stuck in a pattern. And it just doesn't work. So staying in the house and rebuild looks like an absolutely terrible option for a variety of reasons. It's like we can't get the resources. Maybe we have a lumber shortage or whatnot. I don't know if you have a lumber shortage over there or not. But the Lord of Defeat says rebuilding is just going to be overall just a bad option. Now, moving to a bigger house does look better. Obviously, entertainment purposes only. I think finding a house is not going to be too terribly bad. I think the money involved is going to be a little bit more than what it was, but finding it and getting into it shouldn't be that big of a issue. And having strength and having patience. And patience is the big thing here, right, Anita? It's having the patience, understanding that there is going to be some delay. There is going to be some things that you need to do that you need to get on pretty quickly when it comes around. But overall, that looks it. Moving to a bigger house indeed works. I think that is the clear winner to that particular throwdown. All right, who else we got next? We got Star Bright. What is A's feelings towards me? Let's go with that. What are we going to use? We wanted to use the Lubanco Tarot. The Lubanco Tarot. I really like this. I like that. Look at the edges. I like the edges like that. I should have done that with the Waterfall Tarot, but you have to print 500 copies, and I'm not sure I'm going to be able to sell 500 copies of that thing. Not sure about 500 copies. 200 copies? I don't think it's going to be a problem at all. 500 copies? I don't know. Anyway, let's see. A's current feelings towards me. 9 of Wands, a little bit on the hesitant side. Hierophant, you got a couple of majors in there. Death into the Hierophant. This is not the best combination. Definitely not, right? You have changes into something that needs clarification. You have changes into something that may sort of be stuck, especially being restricted. It's almost like that they can't sort of have the relationship. They can't have the feelings towards you. They can't have that combination towards you that they would like. There's something maybe in between. Maybe there's something in the way. Definitely have some restrictions from the Eight of Swords, especially with the Hierophant. It's almost like that, coming together or being in the mode is challenging, to say the least, because of death, because of change. This person's going through some things that makes them hesitant to do anything with a lot of different people. It makes them not really in the best of moods, or makes them not really in the best of the in the best options. So if they had more options, if they had more flexibility, if they had more freedom, maybe indeed, but they don't. They're going through changes. These are serious changes. And in order to get through those, they really don't want to be distracted and whatnot like that, right? Anyway, so that's what they kind of feel there. IT guy, what is going on? Tarot Apprentice, thank you for your donation. I appreciate that so much. What do we got next? Amanda, what do you see around my job? Will it not suck? Well, Amanda, let's find out if your job will not suck soon. Let's find out indeed by going to the Tarot Tower and finding a good deck of cards. Oh, speaking of Waterfall Tarot, let's get the Waterfall Tarot. Let's get us some waterfalls and throw them down and see if we can get some details about this job, because I already think it kind of sucks. The intuition, that intuition thing already feels like it kind of sucks. Your workmates seem to be the main problem. What was it in Clerks? You remember Clerks? This job would be great if it wasn't for the effing customers. I mean, you remember Clerks? Nobody remembers Clerks. It's a great movie. If you have not seen Clerks, you are in for a wild film. Yeah. Three of Cups. Your workmates don't help. Your workmates hinder you. What's going on with them? That's kind of what you're wondering. Because Amanda, it seems like if they would work with you rather than against you sometimes, it would be great. It would be fantastic. And it seems like that seems to be what you want to do. But you kind of put up with it, right? Boo Boo, thank you for your donation. Amanda, you kind of put up with it. You're like, it pays. I get to leave and go home. But being there is kind of challenging. Christina, thank you for your donation. I appreciate that. Oh man, that Five of Pentacles. Leaving the job is not a good option. Think that you're going to have financial problems doing that. And the Ten of Swords being reversed is, oh man, don't quit it. Don't quit it. Don't quit it. Basically, will it improve? It's going to be a while. Not like significantly anytime soon. I mean, yeah, you're going to be broke if you leave. Don't quit it. Keep on. Keep at it. Have strength. Be the injured warrior. Have strength. Christina asks a really weird-ass question. Christina, I did not tell you about my dream last night. I guess we'll address my dream last night during your question, because it is important. Okay. Let's see. Tarot Apprentice wants to know, what is E and S's future in our relationship? Get 1 month free of Apple Music. Screw you, Apple Music. I don't think so. I got Amazon Music, and I like Amazon Music much more. I mean, potato. I get it. Okay. We're going to do this with a Tarot of the Divine. All right. Let's see, man. Find out. We got a relationship. We got a love. Let's find out if the love is going to be okay, if the love is going to be great. Let's do it. Eight of Cups is interesting. Eight of Cups is interesting, I have to say, because that doesn't look good. You're looking for future relationships. You have the Ten of Cups, everything going well, and then an abandonment. But a lot of times it could be, okay, let's address problematic cards within a love reading. Let's do that. One of the big things here is problematic love is going to exist. You're never really going to shake it off. Palma, thanks for your donation. I appreciate you. You basically rush into something that doesn't work. You move into something that just doesn't function. You try to force something to happen, but it just doesn't work. And forcing things across, forcing things through is not effective. It starts out great. It starts out fantastic. The Ten of Cups into the Four of Wands. Yes, I'll take it. That's fantastic.
Hooray!
But then we hurry it along. Then we try to get something out of it. Then we're just the blood out of the turnip or the blood out of the stone, or I don't know what the saying is. I'm not that old. Anyway, the Knight of Swords, we try to rush through. We try to move through. And the biggest problem with the Knight of Swords is he didn't plan a damn thing. He rushed it. He moved it. He hauled it. It didn't work out for the Knight of Swords at all. The Eight of Cups, there's some disappointment from that. You need to let things go naturally. You need to discuss things. If you try to hurry something, if you try to force something, if you try to trick, if you try to do some sort of underhanded things within the realm of this relationship, either somebody leaves or you have this big disappointing moment with it. So it's more like let things flow naturally, go with things, let them flow naturally instead of trying to force something our way or do something quickly that is unprepared, because that does end in disappointment. It could end in somebody leaving. So focus on communication. If there's something that's wrong, if there's something that needs moving, focus on communication and plan the said communication, plan the said move rather than shoving it into, you know what I mean? Shoving the square peg into the round hole. You don't want that to happen. I think there's some potential for that soon in the relationship as well. Will it be approved to adopt a dog from the shelter in Kansas? Let's find out by using a doggy tarot. Indeed, we need a doggy tarot. We need some dog sounds. I mean, that's not a dog, but that's all I got. It's a Walmart night. It's a Walmart night, okay? Until we get to Christina's reading, because Christina has no idea what my dream was. It's really kind of weird. Okay. Approved to adopt a dog. The Three of Earth says the creativity, the work. You did the work. We did the work. The Three of Earth, the Three of Coins, that's fine. And then we had the Three of Sky. It almost feels like we're almost a little bit disappointed because we think things aren't going to go well, or we have some things that may not go well. The Fool says ultimately you do leave with the dog. We have the dog with us. The Fool is literally somebody leaving with a freaking dog. That is what you're talking about, boo-boo. You're talking about somebody leaving with a dog, and that is you. That is you adopting a dog, the C alpha male. This is going to be somebody who does have a little bit of a personality problem, however. They have a little bit of a personality problem. You got to sort of pull them back a little bit, make sure and socialize them, make sure that they do have what they need, or they have sort of that attention that they need, and they meet a lot of different people, a lot of different dogs, because they're going to have a little bit of an attitude issue. You gotta sort of tame them a little bit with that. But the Fool is somebody literally leaving with a freaking dog. So if you want, you don't need to read tarot at this point. This is one of the readings where you just throw some cards down and go, yeah, that works. That works fine for me. So yeah, some concern about it, yeah, but you do get the adoption in there. That is fantastic. That's one of those where you don't need to read the tarot at all. All right, we're going to use the Thoth again because it's Christina's turn. All right, I told everybody earlier, but I don't think Christina heard it. Basically, last night, we had a dream. I had a dream. And I was watching some dude on a radio show. And the dude was sitting there repeating, Play the Texas lottery. Play the Texas lottery. Okay. So it's important to play the Texas lottery, but let's go with a lot more details than what we have. All right. We have the 6. We got that. Okay. I think that you need to play the Texas lottery 3 times on 3 different draws. The first 2 times, you want to play it with a quick pick. The 3rd time, okay, this is, nobody go do this other than Christina. Other than Christina, nobody go do this. You want to play 3 Texas lotteries. The first 2, you want quick picks. The 3rd one, you want to play 6, 15, 32, 41, and 1. And if you need another number, you want to pick something that's personal to you. The first number that is personal to you, that has personal meaning to you. It could be the first 2 digits of your phone code. It could be it could be the day of somebody's birthday. Something that means something important to you personally needs to be the last number. So there you go. There you go. There is playing the lottery. You need to play that specific one, and you need to play in that order with those numbers on the last one. There it is. There is your reading. There's your reading. Hopefully she's in Texas. Well, yeah, she's in Texas. So there you go. That's a pretty specific reading. So hopefully that works out for you. Lovers says that it is personal. That last number needs to be personal. Beth, welcome to the stream. What is going on? And Lord of Defeat, not really applicable. Competition, I think you have a little bit of the competition in there. But, overall, it looks fantastic. Overall, it looks fantastic. So follow those directions exactly and see how it goes. See where it goes indeed. All right. And the last reading of the night. By the way, we're ending soon. The last reading of the night is for Palma. It is Palma. Needs to make some friends. Everybody needs love. And everybody needs more friends. Everybody needs more friends. And if I'm going to make a new friend, I always say that I am going to use Christina's second favorite deck. Second favorite. I mean, no offense to Lacey Bryant. No offense to Lacey Bryant. But this is now her second favorite deck. You would buy a ranch and adopt a bunch of unwanted pit bulls. All right. I mean, I'm just saying. Write that down. I don't have to. It's on video. All right. So that's the beauty of having a video stream, is you can go back and watch it. You can go back and watch it. Anyway, Boo-Boo. If I gave you winning lottery numbers, though, Boo-Boo, how much of a percent would you kick back to old T.O.? Let's be honest here. I mean, Boo-Boo, let's talk. If I gave you winning lottery numbers, how much would you kick back to good old Tarot Oracle? You know what I mean? I mean, what kind of percentile am I in for? I mean, I'm not saying it's mandatory. I'm just saying there's that thank you feel that comes in there. I mean, there's that virtual hug. 50%. Wow, that's nice indeed. So remember that, Christina. Remember that, Christina. I mean, I'm just saying, a nice tip, pay off the house maybe. I mean, I'm just saying. All right. Anyway, will I make any new friends in May or June? King of Swords says, not in May. Not in May. I would say June 19th, June 20th. We have June 19th, new June 20th. You meet somebody that you just maybe aren't the best in sync with. I think that's maybe one of your problems, is you're not really in sync with a lot of people. Palma, I think you're a very unique person. You're very unique. And it's hard to sort of get a match for that. You know, you're awesome. You're unique. You have a lot of cool perspectives. You have a lot of awesome things, but people got to get to know you. And in today's world, a lot of people just aren't that patient. A lot of people want instant results, or they want somebody that's like candy, right? They just sort of, they're nice, they're okay, but not so much. The problem is you're so unique. You're so sort of have such a different and cool perspective that a lot of people just aren't in that. The Five of Cups is because of that, you do have problems sort of making new friends sometimes because you're not like that generic candy where everybody just loves it, right? And you need somebody that matches you well, because if you do get somebody that's generic, you don't want that. You want somebody that is unique as you. Somebody has that cool thing where you can sort of talk about things that you want to talk about rather than sort of, holding yourself back. Emperor says overall, you're going to have to take command here and go out and meet some people and make some new friends and find these people. And that's going to be the biggest thing about it, is going to be finding people with the same hobbies and whatnot. So you can go on meetup.com and find groups, right? So if you're into painting, you can find people that paint. If you're into drawing, find people that draw. If you're into chess, etc. And I think through that process, or through meeting people through that sort of the commonality, I think you're going to make more friends, but it's definitely up to you to get going, because the Emperor says take command of it and do it, right? Sort of sitting around and hoping somebody will just be attracted, it just doesn't really work for you. It doesn't work for you. So so get out there and meet some people and talk to some people. And I think you have some friends coming, especially end of June. I think it's looking very, very good. By the way, speaking of friends, all of y'all are my friends. I appreciate all of y'all being here. I mean, it's been another exciting, amazing night. And I'm just saying, if Christina wins the lottery, I'm just saying, we're going to have a special stream and give out no, we're not going to. Okay. We're going to have a special stream. And hopefully, I think Christina may have some gifts for everybody in chat if she wins the lottery. I'm telling you now, if she wins 100 million or so, I think we're at 136 million. Hopefully Christina will come back and just give people tarot decks on chat. It may happen. It may happen. We'll see. We will see. But, obviously entertainment purposes only. Never play the lottery or gamble based upon a fat man reading your tarot cards on the internet. Just don't do it. And with that said, we'll see you tomorrow.